Welcome to your weekly vibe and mantra for June 16th through June 23rd, 2019. And I'm really excited to share the energy with you as we are moving ourselves into a full moon on Monday in Sagittarius. And that full moon, it is all about seeing what's right in front of you. I can promise you that we are in a time right now that if you don't see what's in front of you, then, even if you can't see, you will feel or you will experience things are going to pop up right in front of you. These are things that need to be released or embraced. And during the full moon period, a lot of times that's about releasing. But remember, it's also about embracing, because when, like I said last week, when one door, I said last week, opens, another closes. So this is when something is closing. The door that's open, new things are going to come in, and that'll happen next week. I wanted to do a 2-week weekly vibe and mantra. And I'm like, no, I can't change it. I got to keep it the same. But it's so, I so want to, because to put the 2 weeks together, I just don't know how I can't. So I might record one after the other, just so that I can, so you can embrace the energy, because it's so exciting. So you have been wanting to get things done. You've been wanting justice. You've been feeling like justice has not been served. You've been wondering, why do certain people get away with things? Why is it that I am hurting? I'm missing people. I'm not understanding why things have not went right. You've been waiting for a job, and you've been waiting for a relationship, and you've been waiting for so much. Well, guess what? This is the time where things are going to be with that Sagittarius. Sagittarius is so transparent. It like brings things in, and you can't help but to see what's right in front of you. And so with that, it's important for you to really embrace that energy. And if you embrace that energy, I don't know how you can, you will find that the things that you embrace are the things that you move forward with. And I cannot stress that enough. We are in a time period with so much transition, so much. So as we look at, on Monday, we look at that magical full moon, there's other things that are going to be happening too. If you look up in the sky, are you like me? Are you a person that likes to look in the sky and see, the different? I love to look at the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, but I'll see like a star. I'm like, oh, there's Saturn. Or people say, what's that bright star? Is that a spaceship? No, that's Saturn. So I just wanted to share with you that in the evening twilight, you're going to actually be able to see right now the planets of Mercury, and which rules, by the way, communication, and Mars. And they're going to be like literally just about a degree apart. You'll see them in the sky. And so you'll see, if this is right, you'll see Mercury will be brighter than Mars. And I do believe that I'm looking down, I'm trying to think of how this works. Mercury will be on the right and Mars will be on the left. So now Mercury is appearing brighter, which means Mercury has to do with communication, Mars, emotion. So your communication skills are going to be much better than like the emotional part. You need to work really hard this week on grounding. I went and started seeing a private yoga instructor, because I got that message with the job I do, with giving messages and helping people. In order for me to help other people, I need to really work on keeping myself grounded. If I can't do that, then I can't help anybody else. So I go and I see her once a month, and she works with grounding exercises. I'm going to actually putting these up on the YouTube so that you can see the grounding exercises and you can also experience them. And if you're wanting to get a hold of an amazing instructor, it's Kathy at Stillwater Yoga. And I will, when I put the video up, I will share her information with you. She's amazing. Private lessons are real inexpensive for an hour. I strongly recommend it. Or if you don't live in the Toledo, Michigan area, find someone that's really good, and find someone who focuses around heart-centered yoga and frequency, who really works with the frequency. If they don't know anything about how important it is for you to be grounded, because yoga is very grounding and very connective. There are reasons, there are different types of yoga. So we're going to look at this week. This is just like there are different moons. Think about all the moons that we have. I'm just looking right here. I had written down some things. I thought I'd pull it up, but just so you could know what this energy is about. So the full moon this week, what it's going to do is it's going to wrap up with the summer solstice. Remember, we've got that coming up on the 21st, so we're going to have a time change. And, like things are going to shift quickly. And we're going to have a whole bunch of things happening. What I love about cosmic events is sometimes what they do is they create this exact alignment for things to happen. So many of you have been waiting, and you're watching the video, you're hearing things, and okay, when's this going to happen? It's going to happen. It's going to happen now. And so what happens is it can feel often like a big stress. It can feel stressful, okay, if you're looking at things in a negative way. But if you see it in a positive way, it's going to be a release, okay? So I like to say, like the Tower card in the Tarot. Tower card in the tarot shows these people like falling off of a tower, and everything is everything they knew. That house, I always see the towers like maybe they lived in that house and they were way up high and they were protected from everything down low. Well, they're falling out and they're moving away, but really what they're doing is they're letting go of the things that kept them inside, that kept them bound, that kept them in nervous conditions. This is what is cool. Everybody's been talking about stress, feeling so stressed out, suicidal, all these things. We are moving into a time now where people are going to be feeling the releasing of energy. And when I say energy, it's the releasing of energy that has been binding you, has been taking your nerves, has been making you feel emotional anxiety, not wanting to make changes, not wanting to get out there. I'm going to tell you right now, I have been one of these people. And I'm so excited because this is going to happen before I start my tour in Hawaii. I'm going to be able to feel that freeing. So it's a time where we're going to see people getting off the medicines, getting away from the things that they were holding on to. Some of those things are just temporary. And so remember, if you see this as negative, you might think maybe it's negative because, I'm going to not want my medicines that make it easier for me. You're not going to need them because the energy is just going to feel lighter. And if you're taking medicine and you're not feeling stressed, then you're taking them for the wrong reasons, right? So now if that energy is lighter, you're not going to need that stuff. And things are going to get easier. So this is what is powerful, is that, you're going to feel this and you're going to allow the unfinished business of the past to move away. And when I say that, a lot of the unfinished business of the past is probably things that probably could have worked itself out, but you focus so much on the negativity. Go figure. I just figured that one out, that it causes so much stress. And you remember, what we hold, we become. The more we worry about it, the more we hold on to those issues. So the more we can release, that doesn't mean, let's say you've had a problem with someone or a relationship. I'm not saying that you're releasing that person or thing. What I'm saying is you're releasing the worry and you're allowing it to be what it needs to be. And if you love someone or you care about someone, you're not releasing them because you don't care. You're honoring what needs to happen because maybe they're not ready. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe you get blamed for something and you can own it right now and say, hey, I am sorry. But don't say it unless you mean it. Do not say anything unless you mean it. And maybe they're not ready. And maybe they have things of their own and they don't understand why they feel the way they do. Maybe they feel all mixed up and they're thinking, wow, this person just apologized to me, but I still feel hurt. And wait a minute, people tell me I didn't feel those things or those things didn't happen. Where'd that come from? How did I get here? No worry. Because anybody that really loves you, they're going to accept that maybe those thoughts were misunderstandings. If somebody punishes you for having a feeling, even if you accuse them of something, if somebody punishes you for feeling something or having a misunderstanding about them, you don't need them. Because sometimes we hear things through the filters of our mind. Maybe your mom said to you something like, oh yeah, if you win this prize money, we're going to do this. You may have heard it in your head like, oh, my mom's just going to take that and do. But if your mom didn't mean it that way, then of course, you're allowed to feel that. But talk to people instead of assuming things. I'm not saying particularly that I had another person that said, my mom accuses me of not cleaning things up when my sibling does it, but I'm the older one and I always do it, so I get blamed. Well, ask your mom. Maybe she doesn't even know. Maybe she's just frustrated with your older sibling or your younger sibling, and you do it, so she goes to you and complains because you always do it, and she's so busy. That doesn't mean that your mom is purposely doing that. What that means is that you need to have a communication. You need to say, why would you say that? Instead of assuming somebody's doing something to you, ask them, why would you do that? Or maybe if you think your mom's going to go and she's joking around, maybe she is joking. Maybe she does want to take your money and use it for something. Ask instead of assuming. Ask. And then you have a choice in that moment. You can either believe that person and really go to the root of who they are and ask yourself, now has my mom treated me like a slave and expected so much more and let my sibling do whatever they want and not care about me or love me? Or has my mom ever taken anything from me or ever asked me to pay for things or pay her way or his way? Dad, sorry, I'm leaving the guys out. We just had Father's Day. Happy belated. But I'm giving examples based on a lot of people I've talked to. So instead of just thinking those things, a lot of times we think these thoughts. We think, well, that person's doing this or that and that. Next thing you know, you have a negative thought and a negative thing, and that person's going, what? I wouldn't do that to you. But if you're the person that's saying, what, I wouldn't do that to you, you can't chase after that person and convince them any different until they're ready to come and talk to you. This is the time period when you can totally release trying to prove things. I didn't do this to you, or you did do this to me. When you can release that those things are going to settle. Okay, and the door is going to open. You're going to be able to walk through the door and see that you have always been there with each other. And you'll work things out with relationships. And some relationships will end because you'll have seen and you will get verification, real verification. It will come from that person that is not a good situation for you. Okay? And how do you know that? when that person says, yes, I took something from you, or you know what, if they're sitting in front of you and they're bold-faced lying. But at the deepest level of your core, you know the truth. If you've been with somebody for a long time, or you know somebody, you really know the truth. Ask yourself, would they really do that? If you don't know that person well, you'll find it out through others. This is a time of great revelation. Remember, Mercury is communication. So ask questions. Instead of being upset at someone, talk to them. Don't let your Mars, your emotions, harbor, pull you in, tighten you up. There's a freeing feeling. That's how you can use this energy. That's how it can truly help you. And it's hard to let go sometimes, but sometimes certain types of people are just not good in your life. I think with your family's always important to you. They just don't go away. So, understand that, because you've got family integration in many ways. If it's someone that's like been beat you or hurt you, or that's different. But if it's something you're thinking, talk to that family member. Chances are there's so much more love to be shared. So as this full moon energy begins, you're going to embark on a 2-week process, and you're going to be bringing in like-minded people. And I can't wait for you to watch the next weekly Vibe and Mantra, because I can't wait to tell you the things and the occurrences that can happen and manifest with these people. It's an amazing thing. So, I'm just excited. So I'm just going to show you something real quick. I did this the other night, and I actually will admit to doing a weekly Vibe and Mantra, and I was like, I looked like I was out of it, because it was so late, and I was so excited about the energy that I'm recording, and I'm like falling asleep. Maybe we'll do that as a blooper one. So here it is. Here's the core idea. This is the core, okay? That was a little circle. There you are. You're connected to it. Someone comes in your life, and all of a sudden right now you understand they're not in the same connection. See, even though they're different, I'm using the colors as differences, even though in life our color have no difference, because we're all one. But we may have a different way that we want to do things. It's not going to work for a business. This is business. This can be relationship and partnership if you don't have the same hopes and dreams. So it leaves room for someone else to come in. And if you are like me, a person that likes to work with other people, I like to hold space for people, but I've learned that it holds me back when I'm saying, here's an opportunity, yes, be part of it, and they don't know what to do, and then I'm spending all my time trying to hold them up, because they're doing nothing. They just think, oh, I'm just going to follow along. No, not working. That's what I realized, is there needs to be self-starter, but it also needs to be a balance, because that person, whoever's in my life, needs to be as ambitious and as motivated as I am, and I will help them and they can help me back, but I cannot be a person that can do all of that and then get emptied out, or I will not take all and empty someone else out. So as we have these realizations, then we have people. I'm going to just do this in different colors. Maybe we've got somebody that's going to help you with the computer program, the website. Maybe then let's say you're doing my type of work. Then you're going to have somebody that's going to help you with marketing. And then that person knows someone. And what starts to happen is we start to join together. And we start to create this beautiful connection of people, of community, of like-minded people in community who all can do what they love or even relationships, people in relationships who can all do what they love. And at the end point, as you can see, I'm going to kind of match these colors because the end point is that we all have the same goal. For me, it's collaboration. I'm all about doing the trading and working together. Then we have a balance. This is what we call a network. And this is what Light the Way Prisms of Light is. It's a network. If you're an author, you're a teacher, a speaker, and you want to get out there, you can become part of this network. You will get promoted. You will actually be able to, you don't have to start from scratch because it's already being created. And I hope that you will go over to the website, lighttheway.com and kimmierose.com. KimmieRose.com. I'm starting it out with me because this is the intention. I have to work on me. I've had that tendency to just be like all over and not, I'm going up to Detroit, I'm doing this and that, and I'm not even focusing on my own things. So the universe had to say, you're not done. You're only 50 years old. You're not done. Yes, you love the things your kids do, but that's not the only thing that can make you happy. Geez, my son taught me that when I said that to him. If my life just meant something because you are successful, and he said, that sounds pathetic. I don't blame him for saying that because you know what? That was like a lie. That was like a cop-out. That was like me giving up. But I knew that I needed a balance because there's no way. I still have 2 girls. I'm going to follow my career, but my first responsibility always is to the responsibility of those I brought into this world. It's my children. And yes, I need to feed them and clothe them, but I also will do nothing unless they're with me, to be present with them. And so you meet people that are saying, okay, you can bring your children. I have 2 teenagers who are wonderful. And I have 3 older kids that are wonderful. So, you know, if you got a dream and you got little babies and maybe that doesn't work, you're going to feel bad if you're not making that balance. So either you find someone that will really love them, but if you're feeling like for me, like it was like it didn't work that way. I didn't want to leave them. I wanted to be with my kids. And I ended up becoming negative because I wasn't. So the release of this book, Wake Up Your Intuition, is a re-release and manual. Is because I'm finally able to bring this out in a way where I can be in alignment with myself on all levels of being. And that's what this time is about. I'm not leaving anybody, my family. I'm not going around the world teaching people how to wake up. And then I've got guilt and shame and all these things that are just pounding on my head. And I'm not feeling like I'm being true. For me, it needs to be true. It needs to be viable. And what is viable in my world may not be viable in your world. It's okay. I don't have to impress upon that on you. We all are different. And some of us, we need those different things so that we can work together. I've seen bands that you've got one band member that's really good at singing. The other one is really good at like designing the t-shirts and doing the programs. And it's like, those are the most successful people when they can work together, but use their gifts and talents, because you may have all one talent that makes beautiful music and each person has another talent. Start collaborating with people. The door's open now. People are going to be coming up into your life. And even your partner you can. And you know what? I want to say something. If you're a female, I'm going to give a little bit of peace to men. Don't expect men to understand you the way a female does, because men are men, you know, and females are females. And you know what? If you're transgender and you have feminine energy, you are a feminine energy. If you know you're a female, you're a female. I'm not asking you to separate. I'm saying if you were born into this world with the name Joe and you're Joanne and you know you're Joanne, then be the feminine energy. I'm saying hold that space, but you do need a masculine energy friend or somebody to talk to. Just like guys, sometimes they need that feminine, that get masculine energy. You can't expect someone to be what they're not. So find what you need through friends. If you make a commitment to someone in a relationship and they aren't giving you like that understanding or listening, then find a good friend. Don't cheat on them. You knew how they were when you met them. I guarantee you, and I hear so many women that get mad at their guys, and then they go out, and what do? Start talking to another guy because he understands. But no, it's just because he wants to understand for the time. He's not going to want to listen all the time. And guys, hey, some of you may be like that, but you know what? I'm just standing up for the truth, that we're all different. And some girls are like that too. Some girls they can have more masculine. Let's get rid of this gender stuff where it's like, you are a female, you are a male. You're going to hold one energy stronger than the other. Believe it or not, I used to hold that masculine energy a lot stronger. Now I'm more in that feminine energy, which is creativity, and I need to work more on masculine, which is balance and organization. So, have a great week. Here is the mantra. And I am going to use my voice for the bell. Coming together. I am a mirror of all that I attract in my life. Whatever it is that I put out is exactly what has manifested in my life. I trust that if I do not feel comfortable within my own reflection, nor will I feel comfortable with those in that mirror. I must first honor me. Have a great week. I hope that makes sense. It should, and it will make sense as you embrace the energy for this week. And if you would like to talk to me or any of the readers, please go over to litetheway.com, litetheway.com. Check out the new website and all that's coming. There's a lot of cool things. We're going to have an online store with thousands of products and place where you can actually sell your products. And I'm going to be in Hawaii releasing my book, Wake Up Your Intuition, with a lot more balance and a lot more grounding, and the new manual in Hawaii. The end of September, that will start my tour. So if you would like me to come out and you'd like me to share, please reach out. You can go over to KimmieRose.com, or you can download the app Kimmie Rose to get more information. Peace, love, and light. And I am doing my videos on my own. So I'm excited because I am going to stay in my own creation, thanks to Skip Smith for his help in the past. May you have a wonderful journey on your path and serve yourself. That's what's important. Balance, balance, balance. Peace to you. Have a good one. Bless you.
Without the ends, and every breath of hers was a thorn in his eye, and every petal's blushing red.